watch out. I might hit
Yeah,
you
I saw
like
that.
I do
I know how you do.
all the time to other people
Yeah.
on the racetrack
Dirty.
intentionally
I know.
because I got it like that.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? So by now, I feel like all of y'all are asking the same questions. What's going on? What's happening? What are they doing? Are you done YouTubing? Are you done this? Will you come back to the Midwest and race? Are you going to get a super? Can you get a camera guide? We've seen all the comments and had a lot of people ask questions. And the short answer to all of the questions that have been asked are, we don't know.
We don't know what the future holds.
No idea.
We know that our racing had to come to an end right here. You set out for goals and you did them.
Yep.
You wanted to finish the season.
Man,
did.
I set out. That's one thing I will touch on. I set out with some really, really big goals, and kind of knew starting out that they were out of reach. But it was one of those things that like you set out to take on everything.
If you would have picked one and went after it, you would have succeeded. But you tried to win the Mars Series right off the bat, the national points, and the Summer Nationals. If you'd have picked one of them and focused solely on that, I think your
For sure.
results would have looked different. You were spread thin. But
I was for sure,
So-
and you're right.
great season.
You're right,
though,
for
still.
sure.
All bull crap
Exactly.
aside,
And I
great
guess
season.
that's the thing. I have my head hung, and I'm coming home, and it's like, man, what a
I'm
disappointment.
a failure, and I'm like,
honestly.
what?
And I get here and I look
Yes.
around my shop at what we've achieved this year. You know, the checks on the wall, the checks that are on the table, the trophies on the table that we haven't gotten hung up.
Yeah.
You know, all of that, and it's like, man,
Amazing.
We've had a season that
Yeah.
people dream of having. We
The people
won a
we've
gator.
met, the people
know.
we've met, the racetracks we visited.
Sure.
It's amazing. And in the 5 years, that's what we're touching on now. Y'all saw the 5-year video. That was something Chase wanted to do, and y'all heard that was just straight, unedited. You know, I started panicking the last couple of days because I'm like, we said some things in there, about things that
Man, I barely let you talk, and I was so eager to
Yeah.
talk on camera.
Well-
like I watched it, and I'm like,
Well,
man,
we were
I
just
wish I
talking
had that
about.
energy.
We were just talking about what was current, what was going on at that time, and dude, YouTube just bans you for saying certain things. Like we had an exclamation mark on our back end there that Avery sent me, and I was like, it's the words that was said in the video that. But anyway. So that's why we won't say those words. There's a lot of things that I don't like about YouTube because there's certain things that I like to talk about that it don't approve of. But 5 years of it, super awesome. Met so many people, talked with so many people, visited so many places. It's amazing. I never imagined. Even when we were in here 5 years ago talking, we had no intentions of traveling. We didn't know that yet, and we hadn't been to Bristol and didn't know what we were going to do. So, pretty amazing journey, man. I'm thankful for everything, and I'm not telling you this like it's the end, but I'm telling you this like we don't know. We don't know what the future is. Obviously.
That's the shortest answer I
Yeah,
can give you.
we
I've
don't
got
know.
people asking, what are you gonna do? Where are you gonna work? I don't know. Like I'd love to work on race cars and love to race for a living forever. But, Mr. Mark Bush came over and told me something right after the Hell Tour ended. And the first time I ever met him, and it kind of stuck with me. He said, a lot of these guys that race for a living or do it all their lives, like they get to a point that they're ready to retire or be done or whatever. They have children. And they look at their life, they reflect, or they go to do something different, and all they have is trophies and cardboard checks. And what is that in assets? Like, what is that going to get you?
You do
when it's
miss
time
out. You miss out on a lot of life
Yeah,
to do this, and it's a sacrifice.
it is.
And that my hat's off to all the teams because we ain't the only people that's ever done it. There's
No,
teams all across the country that go do it every weekend. But 5 years of it, we're the last 3 years you've been on the road more or less. Us as a family for 2, and you and Mike pretty much alone this year. Man, it's just a lot, and I think we all need a break. And
sure.
The future, who knows what the future holds? If it's racing or if it's working or what it is. We got into a little work, didn't we?
Yeah. So I thought, and not that I don't still think, but I thought I wanted to be a welder, and we took a bush hog, and y'all will see it. We videoed it, so it'll be out at some point. But we cut this thing up and put plate on it and did the job, and I blew holes all in it everywhere that I tried to weld. We started with the MIG welder, and I blew holes through it with that, so we thought it'd be a good idea to get the flux core box out, and I really blew holes in it. So after I got done with that, I realize what I do is gravy. Like, I'm not trying to sound entitled or anything like that. Like, I recognize the value of $1, and you know how hard you have to work in order to have
y'all
money.
work hard. I will say, you and Mike do work hard.
Yeah.
It's not just handed to you. Y'all work hard. I watched that when you showed up here and tore this car apart and put it back together after the kind of weekend you had where you could go run locally. That y'all do work hard. Don't knock yourself on that.
No, but
That was hard work.
Yeah, that right there.
That was my career. I did
Yeah.
that for many years, and made a great living doing it.
Yeah.
And I told you I'll teach you how to do it, but I'm not sure that that would be my first pick. Of there's other ways to make money.
Exactly,
you know, so.
and I guess that's the thing. Like, I want to be able to do
Yeah.
pretty well everything that I decide to do.
Right.
If I want to do something, I want to be able to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just kind of open to all options and things right now. But as far as racing goes, like, I've hit rock bottom, and some would say it's because I let my social media go and stuff like that. But it just got to a point, like, my goal this year was to be a national champion, and this camera, whether you agree or disagree, didn't make us any faster by recording or not recording. And that sounds terrible, but we were focused on one thing and one thing only, and that was winning a national title. So our social media kind of suffered, but not kind of, it certainly suffered from it. But with that being said, like, I don't know, it just, we did the best we could while doing what we were trying to do. And that probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. I'm sure it's easy for somebody to say, well, you neglected us and you did this and you did that, but man, we were focused on something, and we're hungry for it.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out.
It's a tough life. It's hard. It's even hard. Even that bush hog, it's hard to pick the camera up and video yourself. I don't know, man.
But I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all. All of that to say, I appreciate each and every one of y'all from day one.
I know you do, but you don't owe anybody anything either. I like
Sure.
if you give them videos, that's amazing, but there are some that say you owe it to us, you owe it. And look, man, I love all y'all, but we don't owe anybody anything when it comes down to making videos or not making videos.
We owe our Patreon members because they pay
Yeah.
for it, but besides that, the public.
And we're not
social
trying to
media-
make anybody go there.
Right.
You don't have to. It's just Chase
For sure.
decided that he was going to keep that rolling.
Yeah.
And you did, and it is what it is. Are we done with YouTube?
I don't want to be done
I
with
think we
it.
got a few good videos already stacked up that's going to come out right here, and we'll see. We'll see how people react to it.
Certainly don't. Like I said, I don't want to be done with any of it, but something's got to change. I guess that's what we're getting at, and I don't know if that's me getting a normal 9-to-5 job or starting a business or what I'm gonna do, but I can't keep doing what I'm doing. Like we say it all the time, and I think you guys think it's a joke, but like it's I'm broke.
Money comes in one hand,
And
goes
goes
out the other hand. Like,
And I hate. I
you
don't
told
wanna-
me that when you was on your way home, that you just want to see what it feels like to do a job and get paid and not owe that money out.
Right.
Already. And I can relate to that, dude. You've had a.
But all of that to say, I had a dream 5 years ago to do what I'm doing right now, and man, we did it. We have
absolutely.
lived that dream to the fullest, and I have rode it till the wheels fell off. And
Your
wheels are
goals
off of it.
may not have come true all the
Yeah.
way. Mine did. Because
Yeah.
what was mine?
For us to have a good, the same relationship or better, I believe is what you said.
I did, and I got emotional when I watched that video back. I saw myself; it made me emotional, and I saw myself get choked up when I said that because I meant it. I was so afraid that if we, I was thinking, man, because of course I want to see us get big and all this stuff, but I was like, if we lose what we got, it ain't no good.
What's it matter?
And man, it's been tough for me with you gone. I'll be honest with you. And that last weekend you was gone, well, the last several, when you got in that trouble at Peevely, and then this last weekend you asked me, are you coming? Are you coming? And I kept telling you, no, Chase, I'm not coming up. And you was like, you kept asking me, and I told your mom, I was like, he thinks I'm coming up there, and she was like, he thinks we're gonna surprise him. And I kind of, something almost went. But I was like, he's coming home soon. I'm not going to do that. I didn't want to drive, didn't want to do the whole thing. And it probably worked out for the best that I didn't, because it ended up being, man, it was hard for a dad and a family to sit at home and watch live like we've done so many times, and to see what happened. It was hard for me to watch that. And that's not why the channel ended or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
and
just
the deal
saying,
at
man.
Peevely's the same way. I took a
yeah.
break because there was some things going on the back end that I just needed a break to kind of regroup from everything. And I still video. We still recorded, not as much, but we still have content and stuff like that to release. But yeah, it definitely was tough, and I'm certainly glad y'all weren't there, because it was a rough deal, and it's. People are just different, and I'm not trying to say that we're a certain way, because we're human. We're all human. We all make mistakes, and it's just part of it. But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that made me come home. So
I'd been praying that you would come home, and whatever that looked like, I hated that it was the way it was. But when you told me I'm coming, they got me, I was like, come on home, buddy.
Yeah.
Come on home.
It's just not worth it. And I guess that's the thing. At the end of the day, like, I'm in over my head with all of this stuff, I guess, so to speak. Like I've got dreams and goals and things that I'm chasing, and I just don't have the supplies to do it.
Yeah.
And that comes with a lot of stress, and when things happen on the racetrack that to some are just like
nothing.
Man, that's silly. Like I'm not. It puts me in a bad place mentally, because it's like, for example, that deal at Peevely, we were set to run. We weren't going to win the deal, not unless.
Know that.
Well, a lot of stuff would have had to fall into place, but we for sure had a top 5 race car as long as I didn't do anything silly behind the wheel. So with that being said, I was looking at a decent paycheck on Saturday night because it paid $10,000 to win. Well, when that stuff happened, like, it's just part of it. It's part of what we do. I wish it never would have happened, but it happened. So then we go Saturday night to Old Number 1, and that's a $5,000 to win race. And I'm sitting here like, what am I going to do at 5? What am I paying off first? What am I getting rid of? How am I settling stuff? I was advancing positions, and a restart took me out like that.
Yeah.
And
took
I was
you out, tore some stuff.
Man,
I felt so bad.
And I was so angry.
Oh, yeah.
With the guy that was leading the race, and I expressed that.
I was like, let me take the nose off. Let's get you back out there. And you was like, I can't go back out there.
Yeah, and that's terrible.
It is.
But
you was in a bad spot.
This stuff from me being in that kind of financial deal, I had to step away from it. I have to get away from it, and I guess all of this to say, this is becoming a hobby, and I'm going to focus on making money and being
racing's going to be a hobby.
Racing is
the way it started.
Yep.
So,
Racing's going to become a hobby. So all of that to say, I am downsizing a lot of my modified program. The money that comes off of that is to pay debt that I have. And then what's left over is going to go towards getting into probably another class, because we have our local track here, Mitchell's Motorplex, and we went out there for the first time, and man, we had several people tell us, you know, how awesome it was and what
Right.
kind of great job they've done.
Yep.
And man,
And
we
they
went
have.
out there and we could have not won the race. We could have had a rough night. And I still would have said, because the way they treated us, they treated everybody, the way they ran their program, there was a lot of positives about it. So all of that to say, like, we're going to finish out our season, but racing's a hobby, and I'm going to race locally next year when I do race, you know, and it's not going to be near as much. We're up to, I think, close to 80 features right now, and next year I'll be lucky to run 20.
Because it's a hobby. But I will
Yeah.
say this, and I told you this when you was driving home and we were talking, because we talked a lot.
Yeah,
Sometimes you got to close a door for another one to open.
For sure.
And I know that was hard for you to comprehend, but what I meant by that, and you never know, you may have an opportunity that opens up. So if that happens and it's the right opportunity, because I know you ain't just going to jump on anything, because
and by all means, we're not saying that we're entitled to something like that or
No,
deserve anything
no,
like
but I
that.
mean,
But if
it's-
somebody were to offer me a ride or something that, you know, makes sense, I would love to come and drive for somebody and do things like
without that pressure.
For sure.
I'd love to see you racing. I watched you Saturday night race without pressure. I like
Yeah.
it. I like what that looks
It's
like.
a lot more relaxed. It's
Yeah.
definitely a lot more comfortable, and you know, But again, if that doesn't happen, it's not
Yeah,
the end of the world.
we're
Like,
gonna
I'm
work.
not.
Yeah, we're gonna work.
I would love to have a position in motorsports of some sort, like, rather than trying to be a welder or things like that. And that sounds terrible. Like, I want to be a fabricator. Like, I want to be able to build stuff. But man, my heart's in motorsports. Like, I'd love to do something
Yeah.
motorsports related if I was able to make good enough money doing it. And that's kind of the problem with.
Well, you're
The industry.
young and you can do your whole life's ahead of you.
For sure.
It can be anything at this point. So just keep your head on straight like you're doing. I'm proud of you. I know
Thank you.
everybody's proud of you, buddy.
Well, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I know the videos portray certain things, and we live a fast-paced life, and things don't always get captured, you know. But overall, I've had a lot of time to reflect and stuff like that, and I recognize that, you know, I wouldn't have had the opportunities that I've had, or the sponsors and the relationships and the things that I've had in my life had I not had social media. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all's support, whether you've paid to support me or whether you've just watched our videos and never even left a comment or a like. You know, I appreciate you, no matter what tier you fall under, I guess, so to speak. I appreciate you, and we're not. This stuff's gonna look a little different, but we're not going anywhere, I guess, is the best way to put it. So, and we don't have the answers,
Yeah.
or we would tell y'all.
And we're just gonna
Be normal.
Yeah, just go with the flow,
That's
so to
it.
speak. Yep.
Yeah. So
Well, awesome.
I feel like we rambled, but
yes,
I hope you gathered the information that you needed from this video, and if you have more questions, maybe it'll come out some other time, but
Yep.
we don't know.
Yep.
That's the simple answer. We don't know, but that's okay. We're just gonna take it day by day and see what life brings.
Right on.
So, thank you for watching. Thank you for being a supporter. I'm sorry if I ran over you at all this year.
Oh, you was dirty. I know
It
you.
definitely. It was definitely intentional. I've been on a mission all year, so
Right.
you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it.
Yep. Hugs and love.
Yeah, that's it. All hugs.
Yep.
One other thing, the Burwell family, the McLean family, everybody on the Burwell Hill and Mount Vernon, man, thank y'all so much.
Absolutely.
I met Blaze playing iRacing. We wrecked each other and just, you know, whatever else. Never really knew Blaze, and I messaged Blaze in October of last year because I needed a place to stay while I raced for 3 weeks. You know, it wasn't supposed to be anything more than that. And we showed up there, and man, they welcomed us in like family. And then I asked them about this year, and they allowed us to come up there and chase our dreams, and treated us like family while we were there. We became family while we were there.
Yep.
And man, I can't thank them enough for everything that they've done for us. And if you ever need anything race car related, or just help with your race car, if Blaze doesn't have it or doesn't have the answer, I promise you he'll get it for you. So if you need something race car related, please reach out to Blaze and do business with them.
Yep, good people.
So
Thank y'all.
yep, thank you.